Going on, everybody? Big T coming at you today. Sorry if there's some traffic noise in here. Haven't quite got the man cave set up, actually, not at all, really. That's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, so we're working on it, slow and steady. At the new homestead, settled in, feels a lot more like home now. Starting to get caught up on the yard work, so today I figured we'd take a little break from all the hubbub and come bang out a short cigar review. So, today we're going to be looking at the Upsetters. This is the SKA. Come in a few different sizes. I wasn't able to find all the information on all the different sizes, but I think there's probably close to 6 or 7 different sizes, and then each size has a different wrapper, and I'm going to spare you all the details. We'll just talk about this one today. So the SKA, which is classified as a cigarillo, it is a 4" by 32 ring gauge, so fairly small guy. You can see it's about, it's about the size of your finger, really. It does have a closed cap, so you will need a cutter on that one. Open-ended foot. It's got a slight boxy box press look to it, but probably just from being in the packaging. It does come in cello. From what I've seen, they come in like a 60 count pack. So it doesn't look like that, at least the SKAs are something that you can buy. What was I trying to say? In like a tin or something. I think they come in a little box. However, I did purchase this one on Cigars Daily. So you can check out their website. I think Famous Smokes has them as well. But the only thing I saw in Famous Smokes was the 60 count. So unless you want 60 of these bad boys, head on over to Cigars Daily, give them a peek, and they can get you hooked up. So, the Upsetters is a blend from the Foundation Cigar Company. You might know them from certain blends like the Wise Man. They blended Charter Oak as well as the Tabernacle. Charter Oak I have had, both the Maduro version and I think it's a Connecticut version. Both of those are very good cigars. The Tabernacle I have not tried yet. They say that one's a bit more on the hefty side, so maybe we'll work that in someday, but definitely not today. And then the Wise Man I have heard good things about, haven't tried that one, so maybe we'll throw that on the to-do list. So the Upsetters blend is the first infused blend that the Foundation Cigar Company has done. What makes it infused is the special leaf that they use in this, just from Jamaica. So the tobacco in this is primarily Nicaraguan, and then they use a special leaf from Jamaica called the cow's tongue leaf, or silver tongue, it might also be known as. So the silver tongue, or the cow's tongue leaf, only grows primarily in Jamaica, native to Jamaica. It grows in the volcanic soil that's rich with nutrients and stuff like that, and it has a distinct flavor. Everything I kind of looked up, tried to get a little more information on it. The only thing I really found was that the natives in Jamaica typically use the cow's tongue leaf as an additive and a powerful substance that they make to smoke out of a pipe. We can all kind of put two and two together with that one. So right away, taking this thing out of the cello, you can get that nice aromatic floral note. It kind of reminds me of kind of like walking into a head shop. Although this is a little more sweet. So it's like a sweet floral note with just the slightest little hint of like a mint. Not like a green mint, not like a peppermint, just kind of like if you took a mint leaf and just kind of crushed it, spread it between your fingers just a little bit, that kind of florally, minty note. That's kind of what you get on that. And then on the foot is just sweet tobacco, and I even picked up like the slightest little hint of like a clove, almost like a dejorum, I think is how you pronounce that, like a dejorum clove cigarillo, whatever that is. Not a big fan of that flavor, so I guess we'll see how this goes, but. So yeah, like a minty clove with that floral, very heavy floral. Not overpowering though, like some of the acid cigars from the acid line have that same, like that patchouli oil, that flowery kind of smell. This isn't like that. This is not as overpowering. It's actually fading. So I've had this out of the cello now for probably a good 10-15 minutes. It's actually starting to fade, so that's interesting. We'll see if that carries through in the flavor. It does have like a lighter, what I would call a lighter natural wrapper. But there is a spot up here you could see by the cap. There's a little bit of a claro, a green, hue to the part of the wrapper there. So that's interesting. I don't know if that green is just a part of the, it looks like part of the leaf that they used on the cap itself. So probably just a scrap piece that they used, but whatever. It looks fairly well constructed. There is one little tear already right here at the foot, but whatever, we're going to burn that anyway. So some veins. It's a nice smooth wrapper. Some lumps and bumps, but mainly just your seams and veins. Nothing terrible. It's got the nice little, just what I call an easy band, generic band on it with your Jamaican flag, and then what looks like a Jamaican fellow, I guess. They're on the wrapper, so it's kind of neat. Very minimalistic. I'm going to guess this is probably going to be about a 15-20 minute smoke, depending on how fast it burns. So we'll give it a cut and a light and see what we got going on. I think I discussed this before, but I'm going to try and do these in as few takes as possible, because I've noticed, so there must be like a additive on the wrapper, because just licking the cap there before I cut it, well, that's like a slight little sweetness there on my tongue. Nice easy draw. Oh, so like I was saying, the editing process that I use, it doesn't quite match up in the rendering after I kind of move stuff around. So we're going to try to do as few takes as possible to minimize the cutting and joining of clips. Cold draw, you got like a slight mustiness. And a sweet, kind of like a sweet spice. Sweet spice, like a clove. Like a clove or a baking spice. All right, let's get this puppy warmed up. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. So far, mine's been pretty good. Been having some issues with this lighter lately. Not good. I know it's not out of fluid. Let's turn it up a little bit here. There we go. Heat it up nice and even. I like using these single jet torches on my smaller sticks for the obvious reason that you can't really use a quad jet on something this small. It will burn it to pieces. So that's interesting. So I had a nice easy draw on the cold draw. It doesn't feel like it's wrapped too tight. It's kind of spongy. But right after lighting, it might just be from singeing the end there, but that draw tightened up a little bit. It's got a nice smoke output. Right now, the initial flavor kind of reminds me of like almost like a Swisher sweet, just not as sweet. there's all kinds of noise going on out here today. We got planes flying over and cars driving by. We'll let this plane fly over here real quick, and then maybe you can hear me a little bit better. Nothing special in the glass today, just sipping on some water. Okay. Thank you. Kiddos are loving the new house, especially Emma. She's got a nice big backyard to play in now. So you can definitely taste the Nicaraguan in this.
Yeah. You keep getting it in my face.
Well, then go.
What are you talking to?
I'm talking to the camera. You want to say hi? Say hi. This is Emma. You gonna wave? Okay, go play. Can you go play? Thank you. That's Emma. She's my oldest. She loves being outside. Likes playing with the dogs, even though she doesn't quite understand that our bigger dog's a puppy still, so she's a little rambunctious for her taste. She's got a nice little rock collection that she's starting, so I made her a little collection deal to put that in. That was our little project the other day. I like having my own house, but I'm not exactly sure if I would like it on this corner, if I had to choose. Everybody seems to take advantage of the stop sign as a chance to squeal their tires and rev their engines. Gets kind of annoying, really. Anyway, like I was saying, so the Nicaraguan tobacco definitely comes through in this one. You could definitely taste that deep, earthy Nicaraguan in there. Sorry, I'm writing down my notes too as we're going. Deep, earthy Nicaraguan core is what we'll say. And then you get kind of that floral note. Not conducive to filming. That floral note is kind of like an after flavor or an aftertaste. After you take your draw and release the smoke, that floral note kind of rests on your tongue. Retro Hale's a little spicy. What, Emma? What are you doing? What you got? Paper?
It was on the ground.
Can you put it in the recycle bin?
Recycle bin.
The recycle bin over there. The one with the blue lid. Thank you. That one. Yeah, just put it in there. That's the garbage bin, not the recycle bin, but it's okay. Okay, go play. Kids. Anyway. So that Retro Hale is a little spicy. Definitely get some nice cedar notes through the Retro Hale. The spice is kind of more of an after effect on the Retro. As you're releasing, it kind of builds, and it seems kind of like a red pepper spiciness, so like a cayenne. Not super hot, but it definitely seems like a dry, spicy, not an oily spicy. So far, it's burning very well. We're a little cattywampus on one side, but I'm sure that'll catch up no problem. That spiciness is kind of settling into the back of my throat now, kind of, you know, in between your sinuses, kind of a thing. All right. Just got like a slight astringent taste there for a second. Interesting. All right, guys, we're gonna smoke on this a little bit. We'll come back and just keep on trucking. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. Smoking on this for a little bit now, probably, I don't know, maybe a good 10 minutes or so. And we're down to the band. So this is what I would consider probably the second half of this stick. I'm going to go ahead and pull that band off. So thus far, that kind of dry red pepperiness that I was talking about, still kind of lingering on the back of my throat, a little bit on the tip of my tongue, and definitely the roof of the mouth. So this is the band, Jamaican flag. I want to say there's some kind of significance to this fella in the middle here, but I can't quite remember what it was. I was reading about that. And then on the back, it's got the Foundation Cigar logo. So I was trying to remember, looking at the Foundation Cigar logo, I've seen that before. And now that I think about it, it was probably on the Charter Oak. They have that on the back of that band as well. But I wanted to say it was also on the band for the Luminosa, but that's by Crowned Heads. So unless maybe it was rolled at Foundation Cigar, that could be a possibility, I suppose. That spice kind of hitting the back of your throat, it does cling very well, so I might consider something other than water to cleanse the palate. Especially since my water is gone. So we might have to head in and get something else. But so in the second half, that Nicaraguan tobacco in there definitely starts pulling through a little bit more. Got that nice deep earthiness to it. Definitely some cedar notes in there. As I said before, that dry red pepper kind of clings. Might get a little loud here a second. We've got a tractor coming down the road. Get a lot of traffic over here. I don't know why. It's not necessarily a main road. Tobacco. Until moving here, I never would have imagined that this was a heavy traffic area. I mean, I guess I'm only a couple blocks from the school, but still. Not necessarily on the main road. Almost went out there for a second. Have to get a little more heat. So the flavors on this one are starting to muddle just a little bit, so we might end up doing a purge. Let's do a purge. Yep, another plane. Well, I guess we'll kind of treat this as like a test run for the filming, because I think with all this noise, it's definitely not going to work to do it in the garage. If anything, I think the garage kind of amplifies it a little bit, so we'll have to figure something out. So definitely some nice strong earthy tobacco from the Nicaraguan. And then the floral note is still there, but it's starting to fade a little bit. So I wonder if that might not just be something that they added to the wrapper, which would make sense. I know it's supposed to be an infused cigar, but that could be, the meaningness of that could just be simply them putting that other cow tongue leaf in there that would make it infused, I guess. But you found something?
Yeah.
What'd you find?
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, that's very pretty.
It's to you.
It's for me? Oh, thank you very much, baby.
I found it. I found it in the bed out here.
So Emma has found me what she says is a gold rock, but not exactly gold. I don't know what you really call that. Interesting though. Kind of neat. We'll have to hang on to that one. So that purge didn't do much for this. We might be about at the end of it for me. So we'll go ahead and run through the scoring here real quick. So for the price, that's actually something I didn't talk about yet. So for the price, I mentioned that Famous Smokes has a 60 count box. For the 60 count box, it's $128.99, which works out to about $2.14 a stick. On Cigars Daily, which is where I bought mine, I actually bought two of them, singles. I paid about $2.35 a piece for them, so a little bit of an upcharge, I guess, there, but it could also be the fact that if you buy the 60 count box, they give you a little bit of a discount. So you're looking right around, $2.50, we'll say. So for the price, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3. It's pretty average for that $2, $3 range. This is about what I would expect. Construction, I'm gonna give it a 5 on the construction. Didn't have any construction issues whatsoever with it. Like I said, there was a slight tear at the end, which we just gonna cook anyway, so it doesn't really make much of a difference on that. Everything held up nicely. The burn is super, super straight on this, and has been the entire time. So the flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just say that's average. It did have kind of like that florally note, like I said, very reminiscent of like an acid cigar. That flowery kind of patchouli oil, clove kind ofness to it. So the complexity of the cigar, not that complex. Pretty much all those flavors are just jammed into one throughout. Then about halfway it kind of dipped off and we just got the earthy tobacco from the Nicaraguan. So, and then overall experience with this one, I'm gonna say it's average. It's about a 3. So nothing super special. Do a little bit of math because my brain has a hard time adding and dividing for some reason. Alright, so overall score, so 3.5 out of 5. So slightly above average, mainly because of that construction. It's kind of far and few between that you find a smaller cigarillo or even a Corona style that doesn't burn well. So yeah, that's out. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Again, the Upsetters, this was the SKA. Like I said, there are 6 or 7 different sizes. Feel free to check those out. If you're looking for a place to get singles, check out cigarsdaily.com. I'll put a link to their website in the description for this video. So check them out. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. I am. I gotta go to work here in a few hours. The wife's gonna come home from work here shortly and take over for me on the kiddo end, and then Dad's gotta go make the donuts. So everybody take care, stay safe out there. Stuff's getting a little crazy, but yeah. All right, guys, have a good one.